Everyone, how's it going? Pixels here, and I just wanted to make a video explaining why I haven't really been streaming a lot of Texas Chain Saw Massacre lately. And, you know, I'm just kind of feeling stuck right now, and I just want to express some feelings that I'm having as a content creator at the moment. And unfortunately, you know, I don't know where to go at the moment. You know, I woke up today and I was like, I really want to jump on stream with everyone, but I don't know what game to play really, because I know Dead by Daylight has Chucky just dropped into the PTB. You know, Texas Chain Saw Massacre is going to be getting an update relatively soon. I'm not sure when that is. It just says stay tuned, and they do have a dev Q&A later today as well, going live on Twitch. So that should be something to check out at least. But from my perspective of things right now, I am just completely stuck on where to go with the channel, what to do. I would honestly stick to Texas Chain Saw Massacre a lot more if I had some sense of progression in the game. You know, I've hit level 99 now. I have everyone leveled up and max level, and I'm just kind of stuck being like, well, I could hop on here and play it, but you know, it's doing a 5-hour, 6-hour stream of playing a game that you're not progressing through. It's just, it feels off. It is fun to play, don't get me wrong. You know, it's fun to play with you guys. It's fun to chat with you guys all the time on live streams. But, you know, for me as a gamer, you know, starting this channel out like 9-10 years ago, I don't even know how long I started this channel, but, you know, I actually started out doing, you know, Titanfall videos, you know, covering games like Killing Floor 2, Payday 2, you know, games like that. You know, these were fun games for me back in the day because they had the progression side of things, and the gameplay was a lot of fun to sit there, you know, for 4 to 5 hours, you know, grinding through things. And I mean, Texas did have that until I reached level 99. And once you get a level 99, the game just kind of becomes stagnant. It sort of becomes this, you know, game that you're hopping on, playing for a couple of minutes each match, and then, you know, moving on to the next one. There's no real sense worth there of like value of my time spent playing the game, other than to just sit here and, you know, try to be entertaining for you guys while I'm playing it. But like I said, there's no battle pass in the game. There's no prestige. You know, there's just nothing that, you know, if I'm playing a game, I love to progress through it. I want to have a little reward system in place for my time spent in the game. But once you get to max level, like there's just nothing there, unfortunately. The game for me lacks a bit of substance right now. And yes, like I said, we are getting some new content. It's not even as if like I can grind and get stuff ready for the new content, because I'm at level 99 already. I've got like over 400 skill points to spend on the new DLC, the new characters, to level them up. And then, you know, like when the new characters come out on the new map, it's going to be nice and refreshing for the game, definitely. But, you know, I don't know when that's going to happen. Hopefully it's next week. But, you know, today, right now, I woke up and I was like, I don't even know what game to stream. You know, I could hop on stream. I could, you know, yesterday we played some Resident Evil Separate Ways, and I thought it was a lot of fun. You know, I was on there for about 5.5 hours, roughly, or 5 hours. And, you know, it was a blast playing through that. It was something different, and it was something I hadn't played before. And, you know, it was really a really fun stream. And now we'll just talk about Dead by Daylight real quick, and why I just feel like I don't want to hop onto the hype train of that game again. Speaking from someone who has had 4,500 hours on the game, covered the game for 2+ years, I just can't see myself wanting to go back to that. I know a lot of people are going back to it because, you know, they just added Chucky, and yes, they are going to be doing new game modes and stuff. That's things I will be checking out for that game 100%. But I always find that when they bring out new chapters and things like that, people are in like a big honeymoon phase. They're in a big hype phase. For me, when I, you know, used to cover the game and I used to do the PTB days all the time, I'd have like 3,000 people live in my stream, you know, concurrent viewers, just up to 3,000 people, 2,000, 1,000. I'd have, you know, a lot of people in there. But then the next day, I'd be back down to my like 20 average viewers. That was what Dead by Daylight was to me. You know, I don't want to be looking back in the past, because, you know, things could be totally different now if I did decide to go and cover that game again. But, you know, from when I covered it and I used to do those PTB days, even when I played as the new characters and the new killer, I'd play a few matches, and I'm not going to lie, I would get bored. It was just because, I don't know, it was just because it was the same repetitiveness of the game. I really don't know. It's like, yeah, it was new content, but for me, it's just, I couldn't for the life of me always just keep playing it. The only time I ever played like a PTB over multiple days was Resident Evil because I really enjoyed the map that they brought out on that. And I think that's why maps are so important on games. And that's why I feel like, when the content does drop on Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we're going to have the new map and it's going to feel, a little bit more fresh. And we can actually check a lot more things out there. And, hopefully, Nancy and Danny have some unlockable outfits we can get like you could with the current characters in the game. Unfortunately, on the family side of things, only Leatherface really has different outfits, apart from the bloody skins, of course. But you couldn't grind a new Sissy outfit for playing her like 20 times, which is bizarre to me because I feel like Johnny and Sissy were sort of original characters. They were made from sketches back from the original movie and things, like concept characters. But it's very bizarre to me that we didn't have extra outfits for those guys. I just want to put that in the video there. So yeah, like I said, I don't want to go back to Dead by Daylight. I feel like people tend to hit the hype way too hard on that game. And yeah, I mean, Chucky for me, at the end of the day, you guys, maybe way bigger horror fans than me. I do have my simple horror movies that I do enjoy. I do like Halloween. I like Nightmare on Elm Street. I like Friday the 13th. I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre now. I love Evil Dead. And, as you notice, I said I love Evil Dead there. It's been such a weird transition on my channel. I go from Evil Dead the game, my most favorite and loved franchise in media, pretty much almost my favorite love franchise. I love Bruce Campbell. I love him in Burn Notice. I love him in everything he does. Such an amazing actor. And we had Evil Dead the game, had him voicing. You had Pablo. You had you guys know how authentic and how real and how much substance you felt in that game to it being tied to the Evil Dead universe. You guys who are fans of Evil Dead, you know how hard that fucking hit you as a fan of the franchise to be like, wow, this is a fucking game I can jump on 4 to 5 hours a day daily, regardless if there was stuff to play or to do. If there was no, back in the day, there was no prestige system. I think I grinded up nearly 14 million spirit points once I had everyone, maxed out on my roster, on my character roster. But it was Evil Dead. I could jump in there. I could play Evil Dead 2 Ash for the day and just have a blast. I could play Pablo for a day and just have a blast there. It just felt so unique and so different. And again, I just stand by it being the best Asym game ever made. And for me, I find it way better as a game than what Dead by Daylight offers and what Texas Chainsaw Massacre offers. However, Texas Chainsaw Massacre for me is still better than Dead by Daylight, mainly because you have variety there, and variety is the fucking spice of life in these games, if I'm being brutally honest. Dead by Daylight, it doesn't matter who you're playing on the survivor side of things, because me, dominantly, I am a survivor player on all these games. So when I look at it on what value I get for playing survivor on Dead by Daylight is, it doesn't matter who I'm playing, they're just a skin at the end of the day. They don't offer different abilities. You can drag any perk from any character and put it onto that character. And another huge problem with DBD was you couldn't universally share offerings across the characters. So you could share your perks, but you couldn't share your offerings. So then you were forced to play characters you didn't particularly like or want to play in order to level up this character. Or, you bought the new character, but you'd still be forced to play your old characters in order to level up your new ones. It was really obnoxious, honestly. I just don't want to go back to that. I really don't. Yes, there is a progression system in Dead by Daylight, but the gameplay for me is just lacking a lot, and they've never innovated it over these 7 years, despite them getting loads of content. So the content side of things, I've got to hand it off to them. Behavior do a fantastic job with that. They bring in rifts, which is the battle pass stuff, and the challenges. They bring in loads of cosmetics for you to grind for in the game, as well as ones that you can buy. And obviously, every 3 months, there's a new killer or a new survivor introduced into the game, or both, and also new maps too. So you got to hand it to them. They do a great job on the content side of things, but for me, the gameplay is just way too simple to enjoy. To sit here and play the game for 5 hours a day. I can't believe some people, like Oddstarver, True Talent, and all them over on Twitch are still playing this game to this day. I really can't believe that, because it's just how are you still enjoying a game like that? Yes, I mean, like I said, people could be bigger horror fans than me. They've just added Chucky. For me, I've seen like the first Chucky movie back in, I don't know, when I was like 8 year old, it was something that, you know, my parents would throw on, or my older sister would throw on the TV, and I would just be like sitting there playing with my commandos or something. I'd be playing with my commandos, and then Chucky would be on the TV. You know, I never sat down and watched it. The same thing goes, you know, for the old Child's Play movies. And the only one I actually did sort of sit down and watch for myself was the Mark Hamill one, which was terrible. So, yeah, I don't have a big love for that. And the same case, really, if I, you know, because I love Stranger Things, if they brought, you know, Stranger Things, a new chapter of Stranger Things to the game, unless it was a specific amount of things that they brought, I would not play the game. Like, unless it was like, you know, Robin in a Scoops outfit, they brought Starcourt, Maul, and Vecna in the update for a new Stranger Things chapter. I would not go back to that, like, unless it was those three things. And again, like I said, there is a part of me that does wants to sometimes play it, where I'm like, okay, I could just play DVD right now and just chill and play some Steve or play some Ash or Jill Valentine or whoever. But then there's another bigger side of me that just says, you know, you remember how bad this game is. You remember it. You know how dull feeling it can feel playing that game, you know, for multiple hours. And yeah, I mean, I just don't want to go back to that. I always want to move forward with the times. I always want to move forward with my channel as well. And this is, like I said, I'm just where I'm stuck right now, because I want to play Texas Chain Saw Massacre. I really do, but at the same time, I want some value for my time put into the game, other than, you know, talking to you guys on the stream all the time. You know, that's the kind of value I'm getting out of it right now, is, you know, talking to my chat and just, you know, trying to have a good time that way. But for the game itself, it's like I've got nothing to really play for right now, and it just sucks. So yeah, this is why I'm not streaming today, guys. There's a bunch of other games I would want to play, honestly. You know, I'd like to hop on and play Diablo 4, Payday 3. But yeah, I really don't know where to go from here. You know, I'd love to sit and play Texas Chain Saw Massacre daily. I have a really nice grind to that. You know, something to look forward to every time I play it. You know, oh, I can play it today and try and unlock this outfit for this character or something like that, because that's what I like to have in my video games. And sadly, Texas doesn't have that right now. And they did say before the game come out, they were going to go traditional DLC, which, you know, kind of put me off playing the game entirely, because I really wanted to have those battle passes in there. And I think Texas had a really unique way, or a really unique feel about it, where they could have done something really, really cool with battle passes, you know, like case files and stuff. I think they could have really went in depth for that, but I think that's what the problem is with the game. It's just, it lacks substance. It's very basic, it's very simple, and it's very serious, and it just doesn't, for me, it is a fun game, but it doesn't work as a video game having those methods in place right now. And I hope they are going to be looking at these things, and I'm sure that they do care about, you know, player retention in the game. Why is so many people left the game? And, you know, balancing aside, I think, you know, you don't talk about the balance of things, but the replayability factor of the game is, you know, kind of dwindling, because, you know, a lot of people are just rushing Valve on certain maps. So, you know, people will get bored of that. The lobby problems, you know, there's a lot of problems that just accumulated this thing here, where people are just leaving the game. And like I said, I do think Texas is better than Dead by Daylight, just because it does have the variety there. And, it, you know, variety is very key in these games, having the different ways to play the game, different characters to play the game. And yeah, it just makes it feel a lot better. But we also got stuck in this horrible meta where everyone's using Choose Flight, everyone's running Scout. Like, that is the meta on the game. Everything's, you know, fast paced. Like, it's nothing slowed down. It's nothing like, oh shit, we're gonna have to actually wait here before we can even do anything. You know, it's never anything like that. There's nothing game changing that really happens throughout the game to being like, oh shit, panic sets in for victim, we've got to go do something else here. There's nothing that can really happen. You know, it's not like the family could, you know, totally remove all Valve handles off the map, so then, you know, victims would be forced to do something else. You know, there's nothing drastic like that happens in the game, unfortunately, which I think would be interesting, but, you know, it's probably a topic for another video. So yeah, I'm just saying that I just didn't want to hop on the stream and just kind of feel like a robot today. You know, like I said, I started my channel like 9-10 years ago, covering games like Kill and Flow, Payday, you know, World War Z as well. You know, I covered World War Z on this channel, Aliens, Fireteam Elite. You know, these games that, you know, Left 4 Dead, these games that are like, you know, 4-player, 3-player co-op horde games, I fucking eat them up. I love them. And Back for Blood as well. I even streamed Back for Blood back in the day as well. And these games I eat up because they always have a nice progression to them. They always are games that you can hop on for like 3 to 4 hours, maybe it's 5 hours, and just grind, and just have a good time doing it. You know, for me, for World War Z, it was all about, you know, how many, like, can I get the most kills in Horde mode and stuff? And, you know, they had the prestige system there. And, you know, I do shit on Saber a lot. But honestly, I'm actually thinking about checking out World War Z again, just because there's the new episode coming out, which is going to be a new campaign. They do have all the new Horde modes in there as well. They got Horde mode XL in there. So I'm kind of inclined to go back to playing that. However, the thing is with these games is they all seem to get updated at the same time. I've noticed they all seem to get a new update. So, you know, if World War Z gets an update, then you'll see, you know, Aliens Fireteam Elite get an update, and then you might see, you know, Back for Blood get an update. Back in the day, and anyways, Back for Blood isn't getting any more content, but it was never the case of like, all right, I can play the new World War Z update, I can do content for that, I can do news about that, and, you know, I can do builds about that, and then, oh, that's it. Look at that. Aliens Fireteam Elite just got a new update. Now I can focus on that and then just rotate between all the different games. There would be no way to do that because they all seem to get updated at the same time, really. So you got to kind of keep riding hype waves about with games and the content creation space here. And there's just no way to do that currently because at the moment, my options are limited to Dead by Daylight and Texas Chain Saw Massacre. And the reason I say that is because of YouTube's algorithm. I'm not just a streamer here. I have to see it as a business as well. So the smart option is to usually stick to your big guns, what works for your channel, what works the best. I think it'd be very awkward for me one day just to kind of hop onto my channel and stream Diablo 4. As much as I'd love to do that, you know, I always act like I literally sat here for an hour just, you know, going through, looking for my channel and just, you know, trying to pick something, looking for my games, just trying to pick something, being like, what can I stream today? What, like, I shouldn't have to do that. You know, I shouldn't feel stuck to where I'm sitting here for like an hour plus trying to figure out what should my theme of the stream be today? What should I play? I just shouldn't have to do that really because I'm that stuck right now because of, you know, you have to stick to your big guns of the YouTube algorithm. Like I said, it wouldn't make any sense if I just hopped on today and all of a sudden I'm a Diablo 4 streamer. It wouldn't make any sense. The same goes if I just started playing Fortnite and I ask myself, I'm like, all right, Chris, what game would you play right now if you weren't streaming? And the answer for me is probably Diablo 4 because I'm having a blast playing that game right now and I'm leveling up my character. Fortnite is also getting a new season change today. So, but I know these games aren't going to work well on my channel, and sometimes I feel like I've dug myself a hole. But honestly, it has nothing to do with you guys. Honestly, I love you guys. I absolutely love the support you've been giving me. Honestly, it was such a big, you know, I was having sleepless nights almost when Evil Dead said they weren't getting any more content. I was like, oh shit, what am I going to do with my channel now? Because, you know, and then I just jumped onto Texas. I started watching the Texas Chain Saw Massacre movies. I was scrambling around just to get a sense of the fucking IP and just to try and express, like, how can I feel connected to the IP in some way and just to enjoy it. And I did that, you know, and that, to be honest, that was for Texas Chain Saw Massacre too. I thought that was probably the best TCM movie. And it's a shame the game wasn't made around that one, if I'm being honest, because that's set in the fucking 80s and 80s sells like hotcakes in games. So hopefully one day we will see Texas Chain Saw Massacre 2 brought to the game. However, like I said, it's nothing to do with you guys. Like I said, it's primarily me having these struggles. You know, I do want to hop on and talk to you guys every day. I love hearing all your stories in the chat. You know, I always see you guys as individuals. You know, I get to know you guys almost on a personal level. You know, what you're doing today. You're at work, you're watching from work, you know. There's people coming in and telling me they're going to pick their kids up from school and stuff. You know, I have a connection to all you guys in the chat because I know you sit there for hours watching me play a game. At least that I can do is get to know you guys. And I always see you as friends, not viewers, not a view account. And then there's, you know, I have to see the side of things, of the business side. You know, what makes sense here? What do I do to go forward? And that's why I jumped on Texas Chain Saw Massacre, because it made the most sense. And, you know, like I said, I've sort of dug myself in a hole with these Asym games. I started out doing those PvE games, like I said, and then I moved on to doing battle royales like PUBG, Apex Legends, Overwatch, not a battle royale, but, you know, those types of games. like competitive multiplayer games, I went onto those. Apex Legends was probably the biggest one out of them that, it sort of got a lot of following from. And then I just made this biggest transition ever. I went from doing battle royales to going to Dead by Daylight. And part of me sometimes regrets that. Where would I have been if I stuck to the battle royales? But there's a bigger part of me that doesn't regret it, because then I wouldn't have met all you amazing people from the Asym games, mainly Evil Dead, of course. There's a few people from the Dead by Daylight days here, which is crazy. I can't believe there's still people watching me from Dead by Daylight. And you guys know how hard I went on that game, doing daily streams of that for fucking 2+ years, barely changing the game at all, barely like differentiating from the game, barely going off and playing single player games. I think I could probably say I played about 3 single player games since Dead by Daylight, since I started covering Dead by Daylight, which is insane to think. So God knows how many, like I said, I've got 4,500 hours on the game, and I used to sit and stream that 4 to 5 hours a day, and then I would be playing till like 3 o'clock in the morning once I got off stream. So I had a lot of fucking hours on that game, and I think I maybe just went to the burnout phase on that, and I started seeing the game for what it really was, and that just put me off. So like I said, it was just a weird transition going from battle royales to then Dead by Daylight, and then we hit the biggest stepping stone for the channel, which was Evil Dead the game, which is fucking insane. I was so excited for this game, but covering Dead by Daylight for so long and just kind of getting nowhere. I wanted to be that fucking Evil Dead guy on YouTube. I worked so hard to do that. I fucking wanted to be the Evil Dead guy that everyone came to, because I knew the game wasn't going to get massive coverage because of how niche the license is. And I was like, right, I could get away from Dead by Daylight, all these other content creators, Oddstarver, your top 3 to 5 content creators that everyone will check out over watching someone trying to grow in the space of Dead by Daylight right now. I can leave all that behind, and I can jump onto Evil Dead. I can fucking work hard on that. I can do my build videos, I can do news, I can cover dev live streams, and do it myself. And it's in a fucking game with a franchise I absolutely adore. And it was a golden ticket for me. And unfortunately, you guys know what happened with that, with Saber, or whatever the hell happened behind the scenes with that game. It just got dropped. And honestly, I really just, it just left a gaping hole in my soul. It really did. I didn't know where to go. I said I had sleepless nights, and then I just went, I guess I'm just going to have to jump on TCM, because that was just sort of the smart option. And we've been covering TCM for 3 months now. And, I've made some negative videos about it. I think the game did deserve some criticism that was warranted in those negative videos. And, how I see a game, it just wasn't hitting that. It really wasn't. And I think they have actually been listening to us. We're going to have that massive patch dropping. We're going to have the new characters dropping. So hopefully it'll be sort of a big shift in the game there. But once we're done, with the new characters coming out and the new map, it's got to be a question of like, when can we expect the next thing? What's the schedule going to be like for the content? And I think that's always a worry there. And I don't think Sumo Nottingham really have the workforce for the size of the game it is to really capitalize on this game lasting, 2 years or whatever. I always feel like that should be the case. If you're making a game like that, you feel like, all right, we want to support this game for a long time. We want to have it out for about 2 years plus. And we want to see where we can take the franchise, and how many people can we get on board with Texas Chain Saw Massacre. And if I'm being honest, I don't see that happening unless they make a big shift in the development team there. Like, we really need to start focusing on player retention. Like, that's the most important thing in a video game. What gets people playing a game? And for me, it's always progression, prestige, battle passes, and maybe the marketplace too. So just having those in the game, it's fucking important. Like, I have been grinding Fortnite. I'm not a huge Fortnite fan, but I've been playing Fortnite just because I'm like, oh, I've got a battle pass there, something to level up. And so, yeah, I don't know where to go from here. Like I said, I just felt stuck today, honestly. I didn't want to hop on a stream just feeling like a robot, just playing Texas Chain Saw Massacre, just, hopping on Victim, hopping on Family, just doing that for like 4 or 5 hours. Because for me, like I said, as much as I enjoy playing the game, I really want something to progress for within the game, and sadly it just doesn't have that right now. But I'd be more than happy to play it still, you know, once new content does come out. You know, I'm not like saying I'm gonna leave the game completely. I just you know, today I just don't know if it just hit me hard or what, but I was just like, man, I really don't want to just have no value for playing the game like that, other than, you know, just to keep my channel afloat, because it makes the most sense. If, you know, if that's how you guys can understand that the best way, I guess. And, you know, it just doesn't make sense for me to really hop on to playing single player games. You know, there is some single player games I want to play. You know, I've been sitting here for the last like year and a half saying, oh man, I really want to play the Dark Pictures anthology games. You know, I've got Evil Dead Fistful of Boomstick there that I want to play through. You know, there's different ones like that I really want to put on the channel. You know, Alan Wake 2's just come out. There's ones where I want to play, but at the same time, I'm just in my brain like, you know, it just doesn't work on YouTube for the algorithm. Like, that's the problem with being a content creator on YouTube, is that, however, this YouTube has way more benefits of being on here than any other streaming platform like Kick, Twitch. And what I will say about it is, you know, the stream quality is fucking spot on. I stream in 1440p, flawless. It just looks absolutely amazing. You know, I rewatched my Resident Evil stream back yesterday a little bit just to see what the quality was like, and it just looked phenomenal. Honestly, I absolutely enjoy that side of things on YouTube. They get the quality there. But, you know, for this horizontal streaming format of content and growing there, it's very difficult. So that's why I, you know, started leaning more into doing these news reaction videos, because that was sort of a way to grow my channel. And, you know, even my build videos for TCM, they never do that well. I mean, I say never do that well. Eventually, they do get a lot of viewers. You know, my Sonny got like 40-odd thousand. My Connie build got 10,000. My Sissy build, however, has got less than 1,000 right now. So, you know, I'm just trying to perceive it in my mind. Like, what do people want to watch? What am I doing wrong here? In some instances, you know, there's just all these thoughts going through my brain. You know, it's never as simple as, you know, waking up, oh, let's hit go live and let's play a game. It's never as simple as that for me. I want everything looking, you know, cohesive on the channel. I want the banner to match the games I'm playing. I want the chat to look nice on my stream. You know, I want everything to make sense and to look very, very nice on the channel. You know, I want my streams graphics to look spot on to the thumbnails. I want the thumbnails matching the banner. You know, just all that goes through my brain constantly, and trying to create something like that is very, very fucking difficult. You know, I've always had the theme on my channel of being, you know, an 80s guy, and, you know, having, you know, sort of like a neon cyberpunk theme to the channel as well. But, you know, for me right now, starting, you know, for the logo that I have, it makes me feel like I should be, you know, kind of dipping my toes into a gothic medieval type of style. And, you know, like I said, we did have everything themed around Evil Dead. And, you know, we have all our emotes around Evil Dead. We have our sub badges and stuff like that around Evil Dead. But the game is gone, unfortunately. You know, there's no more content. I've got the game uninstalled. I gotta cut ties from it, unfortunately. But I'm still happy. You know, I'm a huge Evil Dead fan. I'm still happy to have that stuff on my channel the way it is. You know, being that as sub emotes, badges and stuff, you know, I'm still a huge Evil Dead fan, and sub alerts and, you know, membership alerts, they're all Evil Dead related, apart from one Stranger Things one. And so, yeah, that's the predicament I'm in right now, guys. Like I said, I'm just completely stuck on what I play. You know, it's trying to do a daily stream, you know, of the same game in a game like Texas right now is very difficult. It's very, very difficult. It's very good. It's all right when we're getting patches. Don't get me wrong. You know, I can hop on and play the new patch. And I just want to say something about that real quick. You know, it is crazy how long I've got to stream for the new patch, because they don't put the new patch out until 7 p.m. my time. And I go live at 1 p.m. So I'm sitting there. You know, it could be a simple case of me being like, well, I guess I could just wait until the patch is out and then stream. But honestly, I always like to be there before the patch. I always like to build up the hype towards it. And it's out of my schedule. Unfortunately, you know, I know a lot of you guys watch from work. You know, you stick the stream on while you're at work. You know, I'm your go-to morning entertainment, if that's how you want to say it. I know that's how you guys think. I know that's how I think as well. If you know someone's going to be live at that time, you're going to jump in that stream. You know, it's a damn shame I can't just sit here and play whatever game I want, because YouTube will give me a backhander. I know a lot of people will watch me just for the game. It's understandable. You will just watch me for what game I'm playing. You just won't be that interested in me personally. It's understandable. You know, you may just say like, oh, you're not a Diablo fan. You ain't gonna watch me play Diablo just because it's me. Right, it's understandable. I know there is a lot of people here who are dedicated to the channel though, and I really do appreciate you guys. And I also understand the people who only come around for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I understand the people who only came around for Evil Dead the game. It makes sense, you know. I understand that. That's why I try and keep the theme of my channel around the same genre. You know, right now though, in an ideal world, it would be Evil Dead, TCM, hand in hand. Right now, all I have is Texas Chainsaw Massacre because, like I said in this video, I do not want to fucking go back to Dead by Daylight. I don't want to touch it. I want to stay away from that game completely until I see something that is going to be, like, for me to jump on rather than just being, oh, look, it's Chucky. Want to play? You know, I don't want that. I really don't. I'm not going to just jump on a fucking hype wagon for the sake of being popular or for the sake of keeping my channel popular. It's not me. It's fake, and I don't like it. And until I see something for me in that game where it be like, oh, we've changed the gameplay up a little bit. You know, there's different objectives to do, or they introduce a new game mode, which I think they are working on, by the way. Then I will go back to that game. And so yeah, I'm stuck playing Texas Chainsaw Massacre every day. That's all my options, honestly. I can't really go back to Evil Dead. I guess I could play some Ghostbusters, but that game was never really that popular. If it was more popular, I would play it. So yeah, it's very, very unfortunate. It is. And if Texas was this game like Dead by Daylight, where, oh, the new riff's coming out, oh, you can prestige this character, I would fucking play it. I would be playing it every day because, like I said, it's a way more fun game. It really is. But unfortunately, we don't have that. And as a content creator, spending hours and hours and hours on a stream, you know, doing 30 hours plus a week on stream. I don't know how many hours I do. Sometimes I go for 7 hours on one stream like I did the other day. It's just, it's so difficult. And like I said, if I wasn't streaming right now, I'd be probably playing Diablo because I have something to grind for. I'll be playing Payday 3. I'd want to cover these games in some respect, but I know I can't because I am tied to the Asym market right now. Now, I know Killer Clowns is coming out. I'm not sure when, but at least that should be fun to check out. And, you know, there is the Game Awards next month, which I hope we do get a new Asym game out there. But yeah, I really don't know what to do. Like I said, I would love to cover some PvE games on my channel, but, you know, and have Texas as my main game, but YouTube would not allow that to happen, I'm afraid. You guys would not get notifications if I started doing Payday 3 content. A lot of you guys probably wouldn't even care if I did Payday 3 content, you know. I don't want to create all these different islands of viewers on my channel. And, you know, these people are only coming in because it's an Asym game. These people are only coming in because it's Payday 3. These people are only coming in because it's Diablo 4. I don't want to create that on my channel. That's the last thing I want to do, is create all these little islands. And from a business standpoint, it just doesn't make sense. And so yeah, I'm just gonna wrap it up there. Sorry about this video. Sorry for no stream today. I just wanted to give you guys my thought process on what goes on in the life of a fucking content creator, because, you know, sitting here making thumbnails, making graphics all the time, and making it, like, trying to design a theme. What's the objective of this stream today for this game? You know, having the stream have a sense of purpose all the time. It's so difficult for me right now. It's so difficult. And, you know, like I said, it's just never as simple as just throwing, you know, an Elgato into your PC. Oh, look, I can record my gameplay. I'm going to go stream on Twitch or stream on YouTube and hit go live, and then that's it. It's never as simple as that. You know, you're a writer, you're a fucking producer, you're a graphic designer, you're a video editor, you are a streamer, you are... The way I see it, right, so many people get paid so much money doing stuff live on TV, and they only do that for a couple of hours. You know, and, you know, football show hosts, you know, those types of people, they're only on there for a couple of hours. Us as content creators here and live streamers, we do it 5 hours plus every fucking day. Every day. No other profession does it. And people think it's so easy to do. People think it's so fucking easy, and I'm telling you now, it is not. I've been doing this shit for 9 to 10 years, and it's the most difficult thing you can do. it's a hobby. It's something I fucking love. It became a job for me, something I could do full time. I used to work and do this, but now this is my full time thing. And honestly, now it's my full-time thing. I've got to be really, really careful on my decision making. I cannot just sit here and all of a sudden, just jump on a Diablo and become a Diablo daily streamer, because it just doesn't make sense. As much as I'd love to do it, as much as I just love to go on and just play whatever game I'm feeling playing today, I wish that was the case. And like I said, there is a lot of you guys that would watch me for whatever game it is, understandable. But there's always the side of me that says, I need the numbers there. I need people willing to watch the streams. I need to keep the numbers up. Otherwise, I don't it could be the biggest mistake of your YouTube career, doing a shift, because if your channel starts getting less retention, less interactions, it'll go on the decline. The same thing goes with fucking video games. Like I said, Texas Chain Saw Massacre, less player retention, game's starting to go on the decline. So you've got to be really careful with what you do. And, you got to stick to your big guns on what keeps your viewer retention up the most. And at the moment, what's working well for me is doing the news and reactions to the patches and what the devs have been announcing, and talking about, sort of the drama that's going on around the community. That's what I've got to do. I mean, and I enjoy doing that right now, honestly. It's been a lot of fun in those discussion videos. So yeah, I'm just going to end it there, guys. I do apologize that there was no stream today. Like I said, I just didn't want to hop on there and feel like a robot. My video did well yesterday when I did the Texas Chain Saw Massacre, Muertos Times update. So I just didn't want to hop on stream today and just feeling like a robot. I really didn't. It's not fair to you guys, watching someone who's not entertaining. And it's not a case of me sitting here feeling sorry for myself either. It's just I'm lacking the motivation to jump on a stream and play Texas Chain Saw Massacre right now, because it doesn't offer me anything. And I'm stuck to that game really because of YouTube algorithm. So I've explained it a lot to you guys. Hopefully you understand my thought process now, and as to why, I haven't streamed today. I'll probably look at the comment section, see what your reactions are. If you guys say, oh, you know what, I would hop on a Diablo stream or whatever, then I might throw in a Diablo stream later or something like that, or I'll play Evil Dead Fistful of Boomstick or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I just want to give you guys an update for the channel. Where, if I'm being honest, I don't know where we go from here. Like I said, I'll keep covering Texas Chain Saw Massacre, but I'm always in the sense that there's something better for me to do. I'm always in the sense that maybe, if I did jump in a PvE game that was getting fucking regular updates, and, I don't have toxic assholes coming into my comment sections telling me that I'm Mr. Negative all the time because the game isn't succeeding and picking out the flaws of a game, then, if I can jump on a game that has a community like that, where, you got the people coming in because they enjoy the game, the people want to see a game succeed, and people are very positive about a game. I always feel like there is something better out there than Asym games, honestly. These games and this genre just feels fucking cursed, and it starts cursing my channel, and it starts giving me a fucking headache. Honestly, it really does. And it's a shame, because a lot of them are fun. It's just they all seem to hit the same mistake after mistake after mistake and don't fucking learn. They don't fucking learn, and this is why I was so passionate about Evil Dead. I wanted that game to succeed more than fucking anything, and it just hit even harder than it probably hit most of you guys when I seen that game wasn't getting any more content. I feel like it hit me a lot harder than it did any of you guys, which is a real shame. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, let me know what you guys think, what should happen with the channel. Honestly, I mean, I shouldn't really ask you guys that, because I should know what's going to happen with the channel. But what games would you guys like to see on the channel is more what I'm asking. What games would you like to see me cover as well, other than just Texas Chain Saw Massacre? Because I'm tired of being just one-dimensional guy, just stuck with one game, covering the one game for multiple years for it, watch it fucking dwindle and die. The only game that didn't do that was Dead by Daylight, and it was the most dull experience of my fucking life because the gameplay is shit. I'm sorry if you're a Dead by Daylight fan, but for the life of me, I can't sit down there and just hold the same button multiple times for fucking 5 hours a day. It's just not happening, man. It's not happening. But yeah, like I said, leave me a comment, let me know what you guys think. Hit that sub button as well if you do stumble across this video. Yeah, I mean, it's just, we're at this point right now where I just don't know where we go from here. But thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Pixels, my awesome viewers. I catch you guys in the next one.